Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and I am your watch guy today. Today I'm reviewing a watch from France. This is from a brand called Charlie Paris. Now we know the French are great at making cheese, making wine, general food stuff, making huge iron towers and protesting. Today I am looking to see if they are also great at making watches. This one is made in Paris itself with a Miyota movement and it's an absolutely beautiful watch. This one has been sent to me by Charlie Paris for free. I don't have to return it, just keep that in mind. That is why you'll have seen that paid promotion sign, but that's the only reason. Nothing else has changed hands and this is still a full and honest review. Now, if you wanted to pick up this watch or have a look at any of their other lines on their website, I have linked it in the description. With that out of the way, let's turn this camera around and let's have a look at this watch. This piece comes from our friends over the English channel in France. This is from a brand called Charlie Paris, and this is their Charlie Paris Initial Reserve de Marche. Can you tell that I did French in school? Because I did, I got a C. I don't actually know how I got that C apart from the teacher feeling sorry for me because I had a breakdown in the spoken test. Yeah, not one of my prouder moments. But I digress. This piece is packed with a absolutely fantastic Miyota 9000 series movement. It is the 9132. That movement has a -10 to +30 second variance in it, and it is a high beat movement with a decent few complications, of which I will get into. This is their day-night variant. I think it's absolutely beautiful and it is a very pleasant dress watch. Now this comes in at €625 on a standard strap with this absolutely fantastic ostrich leather strap. It comes in at €685. These are assembled in France with these Miyota movements, and the question today is, are the French as good at making watches as they are at protesting? Well, I'll try and answer that. Let's go through the dimensions of this watch first. So it is 40.2 millimeters in diameter, very, very wearable on wrist. It is 12.6 millimeters thick. As you can see, that will stand up off wrist quite a little bit. Lug to lug is 45.1 millimeters. And these lugs are 20 millimeters. You can get different straps for this piece. Mine is sat on the ostrich leather strap, which I think is absolutely impeccable, if I do say so myself. The entire casing is 316L stainless steel and it's high polish throughout. As you can see, it is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. The casing almost reminds me of a bowl-like shape. The way that it curves towards the rear. We have a screw-down case back on this piece that shows off that absolutely fantastic movement in the back with the Charlie Paris rotor attached to it. Very nice to see them using their own rotor on this. Really does give it a little touch of class. Screw down case back. It is a simple pull push crown. First position for the date, second position is for the handset, and it is a hand winding movement. Really nice, this movement, because it's got that power reserve up at the top and it displays this 12-hour window as a day-night display. I really do like that. The crown, however, is unsigned. It does have a nice level of grip, which makes it very easy to get a hold of. The casing itself is slightly peculiar, the way that the lugs are almost detached from the casing in some aspects. They really don't look like they are a part of it. I think that's part of the design. Almost makes this watch stand alone in the center with this bowl-like shape. We have a flat sapphire crystal in here. They do say that it has anti-reflective coating on it. This watch is provided with 30 meters of water resistance, and with this being primarily a dress watch, in my opinion, I don't really have an issue with that. That is as low as it usually gets, but yeah, this isn't something that you're taking in the water. Now, as we move into the dial, you can see that there are a decent few features on this one. Firstly, let's talk about this minute track or chapter ring around the outer edge. It is quite a deep dial sat inside this casing, and you can sort of see that with the crown, the way that it's much lower on the case itself. This chapter ring does bring the dial towards the case, gives it a level of depth, in my opinion. It is printed with a minute track around the outer edge, featuring those batons with the Arabics at each 5-minute interval, which is nice to see. And up at the 12 o'clock, we have the 60 marker in a nice off orange colour that distinguishes it quite nicely. We also have that at the 9, 3 and 6 position. Makes a nice little feature, a little bit of a separation from the other tones in this piece. The indices are applied. The indices for me are slightly flat. They are applied to the dial. However, I would have liked to have seen them make a little bit more of a spectacle of themselves. That date window does have a stainless steel effect border, which is nice to see. Now, the dial is very well balanced, even though it does have a lot of features. Up at the 12 o'clock, we have the power reserve indicator with that reserve de Marche underneath. As you can see, this is a 40-hour power reserve movement, and it is fully wound. Nice, simple stainless steel pointer up at the 12 o'clock there. Down at the 6 o'clock, accenting that, is the day-night display. This is not a moon phase, it is a day-night indicator, as you can see there. It is actually quite nice to see one of these on a dress watch. I think that it does make a nice little feature of itself, and it does protrude the dial itself. Again, very nice to see that. It adds a little bit of depth to the dial. Charlie Paris logo over to the 9 o'clock, and that stork-like feature is applied to the dial, also in the same type of feature as the indices. And as I said, balancing that out is the date window with that stainless steel effect there. The matte effect to this dial is really, really nice, and it is a very deep navy blue on this dial. I think that it's quite rich, and I really do like that. I think that it really does play well with the dial itself. The handset is a very ornate sword style handset. I quite like that. It is fully stainless steel effect, and we have no loom on this piece. I don't mind having no loom on this because it is primarily a dress watch, and what are you going to use loom for on a dress watch? It is an occasion wear, something for your suits, something for your ties, your shirts. It's something to show off, and I think that this is definitely a nice show-off piece. As we move into the band itself, it is an absolutely fantastic quality. I love an ostrich strap just because of the quality that you get in them. I do also like these inclusions on the band. It's well stitched. It fits very nicely to wrist. It's very, very comfortable. Good levels of adjustments there. Fits smaller and bigger wrists. We have 2 keepers up on the other side. One of them fixed in position. The other one is movable for your adjustments. Nice stitching again. And we have a stainless steel plain buckle up there. Let me put this on wrist. I think that this is an absolutely beautiful wear, and I do think that these are going to get a little bit more attention in the future. Here we go. Very nice feature style watch. It does stand up off wrist a little bit more than I'd like for a dress watch. So that 12.6 millimeters is a little tall. However, it does look absolutely fantastic on wrist. I really have enjoyed wearing this one. I think that it adds a little level of elegance to your wear. I think that it's a classy, classy piece. Now, where do my moans lie for this? Well, there are a couple of things. Nothing exponential, however, a couple of things I think could have been tweaked to make this an even better model. Now, they do say that this does have an anti-reflective coating on it. I don't think it has enough. In some light, it's kind of hard to distinguish the handset, especially considering the dark dial and those stainless steel tones. As you can see in certain lights, they do look way too dark to be legible. I would have liked to have seen more anti-reflective coating to aid this. Also, I do think that the casing is quite thick. Now, you can see that they have room to move with this crown position. As you can see, that is quite low on the casing itself, which suggests to myself that they could take off this entire top layer. This could even be towards the 11 millimeter mark, and I think that would have been perfect for them. It would have really hammered home the dress ability of this piece. Finally, $685 watch this piece. definitely needs to be signed on the clasp, on the buckle even, sorry. I think that was a little bit of a letdown for myself, because obviously this is a quality piece. Let's start signing crowns and let's start signing the buckle also. I think that would definitely hammer home the elegance of this piece. And that is exactly what this is. I think Charlie Paris have nailed it with this design. I understand that this is on the higher end of the pricing scale, especially with the conversion rates the way that they are at the moment. But I do think that's a beautiful piece. It is an absolutely gorgeous watch, and for someone that's looking for that little bit of elegance, I think that it's quite ideal. So guys, what is your first impressions of Charlie Paris? This is the first piece that I reviewed, and it is, honestly, it's stunning. I really do enjoy that dial. I think there are a few tweaks that they could make to really nail this design, but they're definitely on the right road. Now, obviously, it's not a budget watch. Well, it's not a cheap watch. €625 is a big chunk of change, but I really do think the quality is here with this watch. As well as that, they have plenty of other pieces that really look fantastic. I've got my eye on one of their dive watches. It looks beautiful. Check all of them out on their website, linked below. Remember, this one's been sent to me for free. I don't have to return it. Honest and open review, as per usual. Also, if you wanted to have a look at any of the pre-owned watches that I have available on my website, that is also linked just below. Go and check that out. Some great deals on there. Thanks for watching this one today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.